While the Civil War was devastating for the United States in terms of human loss of life, it was also the event that caused the American states to finally become unified. In order to fully understand the conflict, one must know the major events that led to secession. It is also important to understand how tensions over the issue of slavery in the U.S. gradually intensified, which then erupted in civil war. Following the Louisiana Purchase of 1803, Congress was compelled to establish a policy to guide the expansion of slavery into the new Western territory. Missouri's application to statehood as a slave state sparked a bitter national debate. Besides the deeper moral issue posed by the growth of slavery, the addition of a pro-slavery Missouri would give the pro-slavery faction a congressional majority. Ultimately, Congress reached a series of agreements that became known as the Missouri Compromise of 1820. Missouri was admitted as a slave state, and Maine was admitted as a free state, preserving the congressional balance. A line was also drawn through the Louisiana territories, dividing North and South as free and slave states. Fast forward 30 years, Senators Henry Clay and Stephen Douglas adopted a new compromise. In 1850, California sought to be the next state of the United States. California was admitted as a free state, while the new territories of Utah and New Mexico were given no restrictions to the issue of slavery. The compromise further prevented the territorial expansion of slavery while strengthening the Fugitive Slave Act, a law which compelled Northerners to seize and return escaped slaves to the South. While the agreement succeeded in postponing outright hostilities between the North and South, it did little, and in some ways even reinforced, the structural disparity that divided the United States. The new Fugitive Slave Act, by forcing non-slaveholders to participate in the institution, led to increased tensions over pro-slavery policies. Next came the Supreme Court case of Dred Scott v. Stanford of 1857. Dred Scott, a slave in Missouri, traveled with his owner to Illinois and Minnesota, both free states under the Missouri Compromise. After returning to Missouri, Scott sued his owner, claiming that his residence in a free territory made him a free man. The Supreme Court ruled 7-2 against Scott, stating slaves were considered to be pieces of property and not full citizens of the United States. The court then held the Missouri Compromise unconstitutional, hoping to end the slavery question once and for all. Then, in 1859, an abolitionist named John Brown led a small band of followers against a government arsenal. They raided an arsenal in Harper's Ferry, Virginia, in hopes to capture weapons and distribute them to Southern slaves in order to spark slave uprisings. Although Brown captured the arsenal, he was quickly surrounded and captured. Brown became a martyr for the abolitionist cause. Southerners, on the other hand, began to militarize in preparation for future raids. 1860 marked a pivotal presidential election. With the fractured Democratic Party, the Republican candidate Abraham Lincoln was elected president by a considerable margin, despite not being included on many Southern ballots. Lincoln was known for his anti-slavery stance, which alarmed Southerners. Just after 1 month of the election, South Carolina seceded from the Union. 6 more states followed by the spring of 1861. The Civil War had begun.